Welcome back. You're still watching the game on News Central TV. We've been talking table tennis and athletics. It's time to move to the round-letter game of football. And starting from home, charity, they say, begins at home, where, of course, two private-owned clubs, Sporting Lagos and Doma United, have been relegated to the Nigerian National League, NNL, after failing to beat the drop in 2023-24 NPFL season. The noisy Lagosians, as they attacked, suffered a 1-0 loss to Shooting Stars Club of Ibadan in the final league game, while Doma United shared the spoils with Abia Warriors. Meanwhile, Akwa United and Bayelsa United escaped the drop after beating Rivers United and Benin Insurance respectively in their final league games. The four teams that dropped to the lower division include Gombe United, Heartland FC, Sporting Lagos, and Doma United. Also, Remo Stars secured the CAF Champions League ticket, while Enyimba FC got the CAF Confederations Cup ticket. The league champions, Rangers International, also got the CAF Champions League ticket. Abia Warriors and El Kanemi Warriors, of course, will slug it out in the Federation Cup this weekend to determine the remaining slots for the CAF Confederations Cup. Yes, on your screen, the clubs have been relegated: Sporting Lagos, Doma United, Gombe United, and Heartland FC. Let's take a look at the teams that have secured continental spot for the Champions League and for the Confederations Cup. Yes, of course, these are the teams that would be in the NPFL next season. Ikorodu City, we'll have Beyond Limits, Nasarawa United, El Kanemi Warriors. Let's take a look now at the teams that have secured continental spot. Enyimba International Confederations Cup, and the fourth place team, the second team would be the winner between Abia Warriors and El Kanemi Warriors. That would decide who would represent Nigeria in the CAF Confederation Cup. Let's take a look at the CAF Champions League once again. It's Enugu Rangers, the champions, and Remo Stars Football Club, who have been doing it back to back. Let me come straight down to you, Samuel. I mean, what an end to the season. Yes, before the final games, we already know that Rangers have been crowned champion of the league, but a battle for the sports continental ticket. It was a close battle between Enyimba FC, Shooting Stars Football Club, and that was, of course, the game that I played on Sunday. Your take on the finale of the season?
Massive end to the NPFL season, the NPFL 2024 season. Yesterday was really dramatic in Ibadan, where I was calling the game on commentaries. But it was very interesting because Shooting Stars scored first, while the game was still goalless in playing about Enyimba and Plateau United. Even the first half was goalless, you know. So when the goal came in there, the whole stadium really erupted, and at that point, Shooting Stars were in the CAF Confederation slot, and then before you knew it, Enyimba scored a goal. The noise came down a little bit, and then there were rumors at that point. You know, it's so massive how the table can change. There were rumors that Plateau United had equalized, and then everywhere in the stadium was really loud, really loud. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. Instead, it was Enyimba getting the second goal, and a disappointing end in terms of picking up continental ticket for Shooting Stars. Last time they were on the continent, I think it was 1995, so they've been really trying to work their way back onto the continent. Even finishing fourth place is a big one for them. It's the first time in 15 years that they're finishing in this position. So I think they'll take respite in the fact that they had a decent season. They can go on and build on it in the coming season. But overall, I think we had a very good climax to the league season, and it's also good and important to know that no issues anywhere, no problems of officiating or what have you on the final day. So it was really decent, good way to finish the league, and I think right now it's just to focus on the President's Federations Cup final to see who takes the fourth slot for the continent.
All right, Toyosi, let's come now straight to Remo Stars, and particular about that club. They've been consistent in getting continental tickets. Once again, they came close, but they were not able to win the league, but they are going to represent Nigeria once again in the CAF Champions League. What do you make of the season for Remo Stars Football Club?
Well, for me, I think it's more like a fairly good season for them. They could have won the league, but they themselves had, issues in the second half of the season. It was a 3-horse race at a point in time where Enyimba could have won, Enugu Rangers could have won, even Remo Stars could have won at a point. But overall, okay, they got the Champions League ticket back-to-back now. I remember their first season in the Champions League was just last term. It was against Dreams FC of Ghana. Imagine you going away in and Dreams FC also made their debut in the Champions League last year, and you lost in the first round, despite getting foreign players from Ghana, from Togo, from Benin. You have one of the best stars in the league, but maybe that was like a learning curve for them. But this time around, I think let us just see what Remo Stars can do. Daniel has probably learned some lessons in terms of, okay, how would we prosecute continental games? But next season, anything short than a title for Remo Stars, I won't call it a failure, because they have built a team good enough to actually win the title. They've challenged, and I can call it Bottle the title this season. I can't call it Bottle. But some people will not agree with me that I call it Bottle. But let's see what happens. They've gotten a Champions League ticket. If they can go to the group stage, we'll be very happy, because it will increase our coefficients in the African league rankings.
All right, Samuel, do you agree with what Toyosi said?
I totally share his sentiment. And in fact, I think they must get into the group stage of the CAF Champions League. 2 seasons ago, it was the CAF Confederations Cup, and I think it was Asfar of Morocco that did the job on them that time. They initially got a first good result in the first leg in Morocco, 1-1 draw, only coming to lose it 1-0 in Ekene, which was really disappointing. And being able to go to the Champions League next season was like a step up. Okay, let's see what you could do. They couldn't get past Dreams FC Ogan, lost that one on penalty shootout. So right now, they've not won a major title yet. For all of the exploits that Remo Stars have at the moment, they don't have a major title, not even the State Federation Cup. They don't have it yet. So right now, they need to fight this onset of desperation that will be building up inside of the team camp, inside of all of the things going on there. They need to win something next season.
All right, let's take a look at the results, match day 38 results in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Akwa United got to the better of Rivers United to survive the season. 3-1 in finish. Bendel Insurance lost at home to Bayelsa United in the South-South Derby, 2-0. Doma United were held by Abia Warriors at home 1-1. Enyimba FC defeated Plateau United 2-0. Gombe United lost to Enugu Rangers 2-1. Kano Pillars defeated Lobby Stars 3-2. Kwara United trashed Heartland FC 4-0. It was Niger Tornadoes who won against Sunshine Stars 2-1. Remo Stars defeated Katsina United 2-1. And Shooting Stars defeated Sporting Lagos 1-0. As Toyosi Sporting Lagos Football Club, a team that came to the NPFL, brought lots of glamour into the game, brought the adrenaline rush, the Gen Z kind of supportership into the league, but could not survive the fire and brimstone that the NPFL has. What do you make of Sporting Lagos season? Where did they get it wrong, and what can they do to come back to the NPFL?
Well, I think I've always been an advocate for away wins in the Premier League, and we've seen. Before I go into what happened to Sporting Lagos, I would say, okay, the team itself, they were not able to get an away win. They played 19 games away, and I think they only drew 2 out of 19. You could not pick an away win. And then you're in the NPFL, you lost 1 home game. That was against, I think that was against Plateau United, 2-1. They lost 2-1 against Plateau United. That was the only loss they had at home. They drew some games which they should have not drawn. Yeah. They drew against Shooting Stars at home. Yeah. They drew against Bayelsa United at home. Rangers also. It's so tough. And one thing that actually affected Sporting Lagos that made them relegate was the fact that their management was in a haste. They were like expecting miracles from a manager that was just spending his 4th season in the NPFL. Paul Offo brought them to the NPFL. They were not doing badly for like a debut season. They were 12th before Paul Offo got the sacking.
But some would say why they were 12th, when you look at teams that they were above, they had outstanding matches, and if they had played outstanding matches, they were good as being 16th, 17th, even going to the bottom.
And now, what is now the result? Just tell me, what is the result? You are avoiding debt, and now just entered into the trailer's mouth. It's just definitely the same thing. If you had left Paul Offo, you would have won your home games. Paul Offo did not lose any home game. Paul Offo only drew Bayelsa United and Shooting Stars. Remaining, how many games did Before win for Sporting Lagos? Before came in, changed the dynamics of the team, and we saw there was no hunger in this team anymore. It resulted into so many things that even the fans started getting angry. But I don't want to focus on the negatives. Hopefully, Sporting Lagos would come back and do like a remontada for us next season, because it's going to the NNL is a jungle. You are competing for the league, home and away, that round-robin format. Then you go play playoff in a state you probably haven't played football before. Ask Beyond Limits, ask Ikorodu City. How many times? Okay, let me say I think Ikorodu City tried once. They've gone to the playoff once. Ask Ekiti United. Osun United. How many years they've spent in the NNL? So if you are not, those ones are like the Asian of days in the
even
NNL.
Crown FC of Ogbomoso also,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
since they
So
got relegated, they've not been able to come back.
So if you don't, if you're not interested in investing, bringing these players, retaining these players and then coming back to the NPFL, forget about it. You might not get anywhere.
Okay. All right. Let's leave Sporting Lagos now. Talk about an emotional thing that happened, on Sunday. Enyimba Football Club and Super Eagles goalkeeper Ojo Olorunleke stole the show in Aba as he bid farewell to the club at the end of the season. And the 28-year-old shotstopper, who has been an integral part of the People's Elephant for the past 3 years, played his final game for the former Nigerian champions in a 2-0 victory against Plateau United on Sunday. Ojo who captained the team, had a stellar performance in his final game against the stubborn Peace Boy from Jos. However, the victory was a bittersweet one for everyone at the club as they watched their beloved goalkeeper bid farewell in tears. Now, Ojo played a pivotal role in helping Enyimba win the prestigious NPFL title last season under Finidi George, the club's record-extending ninth title, the most by any Nigerian club. His departure is a massive blow to the club, but of course, who will now have to find a suitable replacement to fill the void left by the shotstopper. In an emotional farewell, Ojo celebrated his final game by giving away customized Enyimba jerseys alongside cash to fans of the club who were left in tears as they cheered him on. Samuel, this is a man who has been in the system in Nigeria from Giwa FC, moved on to, I think, Kogi United, and Sunshine Stars, and Akwa United, Abia Warriors, and then Enyimba FC. What a career for Ojo Olorunleke, but he has to move on in his career. Quick one on your thoughts of Ojo Olorunleke.
Yeah, he has to move on. He's had a good time at Enyimba, and his progression screams Stanley Nwabali. Nwabali was also here for a while before moving to South Africa, and now Ojo goes to Al-Merrikh in Sudan. We really just hope that he has a very good time in Sudan for real, because he's been one of the top goalkeepers in the NPFL for years. His name has always been there. He's always made the Super Eagles cut. Every time there's an home base, he's always the first person to come to be put on the list. So I think he deserves all of the applause he got in the final game here. Everybody totally loved him, and we wish him well in the coming season in Sudan.